First of all, Gonzaga is every bit as advertised, and everybody thinks they're just a guard-oriented team. Their bigs are really good. They're skilled. They can score with the right, score with the left. They can score out of double teams. They are very good at passing out of double teams. They give you a lot of problems unless you can match up with that kind of size. I thought we were really good on the perimeter. It's the second game where we've shot over 50% from the field, 50 from the three, and over 70% from the free throw line. I thought that was real positive, coming up into this environment and playing that way. But there were a couple of stretches in the game. In the first half, I thought it was where we gave up 4 and 1s to the big fella. He made us pay every time. And then we had missed 2 key free throw blockouts where they scored. There's a 10-point difference going into the half right there. And then in the second half, we had stretches where we came back and we just turned the ball over, just lost our composure a little bit. But they're a very good team. I'm proud of the way my guys battled. There's some things we can build on from this game. And obviously we need to go to work because we play again real quick.
Ernie, was the fact that you guys weren't doubling them down low in the first half, was that a reflection of their post-passing ability?
Well, wasn't necessarily that. It was a fact of us kind of picking our poison. Do you double down and give Pangos 3? We shut Pangos down, but the big fella had a big game, Karnowski and everything. So when you look at the second half going to go double them, now Byron Wesley goes for 20 and 9 because so again, you kind of pick what you're going to try to take away from them and see if they can kind of get out of rhythm a little bit. They've seen it all. I mean, they're a team that's played a lot of people and played good comp, and people double team and does some things like that too. So it was their ball game to win tonight.
Is Ike still kind of figuring out just how successful he can be when he drives the lane?
I think so. I think, again, the key thing with us is the unforced turnovers that we need to really work on. I thought Ike did some good things in the game. That small lineup, we tried to speed the game up a little bit. It brought us back in within 10, and then boom, boom, a couple turnovers. They made you pay again, and they're too good of a team that you have to take care of the ball. If you turn it over, they will make you pay, and that's the thing that happened tonight. 16 offensive rebounds, way too many. How many of those were second chance points or and ones? Way too many. So those are little things we need to still clean up and work on.
How hard is it to defend Wiltshire? He's so multi-dimensional. Probably hard to. You put a big guy on him, he'll drive. You put a little guy on him,
I recruited him to Oregon, so I know how good he is. So he is a very, very good player. And after going away and playing on a national championship team, you're talking a very composed player. He's really good. He's skilled. He's very similar to Josh. If you get a little guy on him, I'm going to post you up. You put a big guy on him, I'm going to take you outside. So you saw Josh Hawkinson pick on them the same way the second half because their skill set's so good. But Wiltshire a little bit more active, a little bit longer and everything, a little bit more experience.
Because of what Josh is giving you offensively right now, would you prefer to keep him off a guy like a Karnowski where he might get beat up?
There's only one Karnowski we have to worry about. Thank God for that. So no question about it. But, we had to go smaller, so he had to play him tonight because they had to get more shooting on the floor and try to speed the game up on them to change the game a little bit. And I thought it worked for a while there.
Talk about those unforced turnovers. What do you credit those to at this point in the season?
I think coming up here playing in this environment, I think the fact that you got a freshman point guard, I think the fact that you got Ike in a different role than he was in last year. A lot of these guys are in different roles right now. They've stepped up to where they're getting the minutes. They have to make the big plays. They have to hit the big shots. That just takes time, and we're getting better. We're a lot better now than we were 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that's the encouraging sign that little by little we are improving.
That being said, how comfortable do you think the guys are getting with you and your system and how things work?
I think they're very comfortable with me. I don't know if they're as comfortable with the system yet, but they're getting better at it. Because again, this team was last in the conference in field goal shooting, three-point shooting, all those things, and we've had some tough games this year. But all of a sudden, to me, I see a team that's starting to grow up and get its legs, get its confidence, figure out where the shots are coming from, and they're starting to shoot the ball better. That's an encouraging sign.
Coach, you mentioned there's a couple things you want to work on, but you play so quickly. I mean, how do you get the guys to focus on those key things in 2 days of practice?
Well, the schedule is the schedule, and you really use the games to condition, which is what we did again in this ball game because you can't run their legs. Not only do we have 2 days of practice, we're in dead week this week as well too. So we go down to Santa Clara on Friday, play Saturday. We come back Sunday, go in the finals next week. So you really got to protect their mental, number one. When I talk about working on some things, we're going from Gonzaga to Santa Clara. So it's not like you're going into a bee's nest again, but you've got to go in focused. The biggest thing with this team, confidence, energy, and their mental focus right now. So we're going to take dead week and prep for our basketball game. Play our game on Saturday, use the basketball game to prep for finals coming the next week. And that's just a mental conditioning thing they need right now.
You had said that this was Mark Few's best team last week. Did they prove you right?